As you can see, I've done a bit more work in the kitchen. This time I've fitted some worktop each side of the cooker, and I've also had the cooker hob converted to LPG so that we can now cook on gas. This means we've got to keep the bottle somewhere, so I've put it in the cupboard next to the cooker. There's plenty of room in there, and we've got plenty of cupboards. So we're running on butane, which means the bottle can be kept inside. If it was propane, the bottle would have to be going outside. I've also lifted up the 2 electric sockets because we're finding those were a bit too low where the electrician had put them. So yeah, we're a bit more in the kitchen now, so I can get on with getting some tiles to do the splashbacks. Spent the last few days tiling in the kitchen, just finishing this off, getting rid of all the green plasterboard. I've used these tiles. It's a printed pattern on quite a big tile. It's a 8" by 24" or 200mm by 600mm, but I think they suit the room okay. I've also used grey silicone on the joint between the wall and the worktop and where it meets the cupboards, which I think finishes it off quite nicely. I'll put a grey batten up here just underneath the extractor fan just to finish that off. It didn't seem right to put a cut tile just in that little piece, so I used a piece of grey painted wood. I think that finishes that off quite nicely. And I've also done this area over here where we normally have the kettle, so that's all finished as well. Work on the front of the house continues. I've been painting the window surrounds, and I've been working on the first floor windows. This window here, the putty around all the glass had completely fallen out and was letting rain in around the glass panes, so I had to put all new glass and putty in there. The glass was so old it just broke when I tried to remove it. So that window's all new glass, all new putty, and it's currently undercoated. The next one along, that's a fairly modern window. It is double glazed. That one was just rubbed down and painted. And the third window I've yet to start. That's the bathroom window. Most of the putty's still in that window, so I'm going to patch it up and paint it, I think, for now. Above it, on the top floor, that window needs some work. Again, that's letting rain in around the glass. So that needs at least a re-putty, possibly new glass. And that one is the same. It's letting water in. But I have now fixed the catch on the bottom of it so that I can at least shut it. And I've now put some wires across the front of the house to hold the grapevine up. So that's up out of the way and looking quite nice. Up on the scaffolding, this is the window that I've replaced all the glass in, undercoated. That's ready for some top coat of paint. Move my safety strap. Here's the middle window. Like I say, this is a fairly modern window. So that's had a coat of undercoat. Hopefully I'm going to top coat all these in one go. And this is the bathroom window. Yeah, I need to patch up some of the putty around the glass and then paint this over as well. I'm still working on the windows on the front of the house. It seems to be a very slow process. A lot of the glass is loose. I think I've showed you that. If not, there's this window over here, which I've yet to do. Right. You can hear the glass is actually rattling in the windows. And also, if you look, you can see that I've got plant life growing where there should be putty. And what's actually happening is the water, rain, is running around the glass and rotting the wood and getting puddles on the inside. And the only solution to this really is to take the glass out, put new putty in and put the glass back, and that should make it watertight again. The only problem is the glass is 120 years old, it's quite thin, and as you can see it's very thin and it breaks very easily. So the amount of glass I've managed to get out without breaking is not very much. And what I've done is I've ordered new glass, and this is 4mm thick as opposed to 2. If I get them on edge so you can see there that the new glass is twice as thick and it's a little bit stronger. The only problem with the glass being a little bit thicker, it means when I put it in the window frame I haven't got as much room here to put a sealant of putty. So what I've actually had to do is I've cut this groove 2mm deeper to allow the glass to sit further back in the frame to give me the same amount of room to put putty in. It's going pretty well. I've rubbed the window down. The reason this pane's not been replaced at the bottom is I've already done this one. I had to replace that when the roofer broke it, and I have now replaced all the glazing in that part of the window, so I've just got 2 panes of glass to go here. I'm almost finished with the scaffolding at the front of the house now. These top windows have been reglazed and painted, so they're not letting the water in anymore. Down here on the first floor, these windows, or this window has been reglazed and repainted. The shutters have also been painted, both inside and out, so they're a lot better now. Middle window, which was modern, has been now given a top coat and the paint tidied up around the edge. And then moving on to the bathroom window, that one hasn't been reglazed. The putty's been repaired where necessary and repainted, so that's waterproof as well. Over in this part of the garden, we've got some rhubarb plant now starting to get established. Gooseberries, they look nice and healthy. There's some sunflowers at the back. Not sure they're doing well, but we'll see. Another peach tree there, that's growing nicely. Plenty of life on that. As with the other trees, in this part of the garden, I've got a pumpkin growing there. It's only been in a few days, so I haven't grown yet. And beans, French beans, runner beans, another line of carrots there, lettuces, they're growing quite nicely. And this is a cherry tree we put in last year. As you can see, we've got some cherries and they are now starting to turn red.